The IMC Podcast is here to motivate and excite you about reading the Bible while in your corner. With that said, we highly encourage you to draw your own conclusions based on your personal findings in the scriptures as you journey with us on our conversations of the individual biblical characters. The views expressed by the guests on this podcast do not necessarily reflect the views of our sponsors or who they represent. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, and keep going. Like, subscribe, and share. Hey everyone, and welcome to the In My Corner podcast. I'm your host D. With me, my co-host Richard, and our special guest Anthony. A little bit about him: he's a Florida native with Jamaican roots, and he's passionate with many things. Loves basketball, passionate with mental health, faith, and so we're happy to have him on. How you feeling, man?
Man, I'm blessed and happy to be here, man.
Ooh.
I'm with the cool guys.
He said the cool guy.
Hey, praise God, man. So that's perfect. And with the icebreaker question, as always, we like to begin with that. So take it away, Rich.
Sorry.
Easy
Yeah.
on me.
Tell that to Ryan.
Aw.
No. Alex.
Yes.
Ryan would have been way nice. So, today's question for you is that looking at Saul's history as a king, a very bad one.
Right.
It's arguable. People say he's a very bad one, but looking at him and his legacy, how did he produce such an amazing son? Jonathan.
Man.
Okay.
Man.
Yeah, such an amazing son, Jonathan.
Yeah.
Because I think Levinsky was on the show and he said all the words that Jesus said, Jonathan lived it, unlike his father.
Yeah.
So,
Man.
I'm sorry.
I was caught off guard with that one, man.
Yeah.
TikTok.
There's no
TikTok.
right-
There's no right. There's no wrong. But the
Yeah.
clock is
I
ticking.
understand. Man, I think as Saul was anointed and was the king of Israel, Jonathan was able to just glean the positive qualities
Okay.
of Saul
Okay.
as he grew up. And I think David was definitely a big influence on Jonathan.
Yeah.
So taking the positive things that he learned from his father, King Saul, as well as spending time with David, who was like a brother whom he loved. It was like that iron sharpening iron aspect. And I think that was what really helped him grow spiritually. Because like even when there was a time when I think they were battling the Philistines, and there was a ridge that Jonathan and his shield bearer looked over, and he was like, you know what? We're gonna go take it. And he just had that faith. That boldness and courage to just step boldly in faith for God.
Yeah.
And I can see that definitely being right in line with David's character.
Yeah.
Even though Saul's not so hot aspects were there, he also, I think, was impactful on Jonathan in some ways, in that courageous.
Right on, D.
Yeah. I mean, hey, Alex, Are you satisfied with that answer? Let us know, man, and everybody
Let us know
listening,
in
let us
the
know comments.
yeah,
Let us know in the comments. Yeah.
yeah.
And so today's podcast, we have a cool character. So
Cool like Ant-Man.
we're gonna unpack him a little bit. So Richard, introduce that character for us.
What if you were given the chance to give birth to the tribe that eventually the kid and the savior of this world would come out of? How would you feel? Well, today's character is none other than Jacob, the one who gave birth to 12 tribes. Yeah. Notice I didn't say children. Tribes. And out of those tribes, from one, the king and the Messiah, the king and savior came out of. Who's Jacob?
Man, Jacob is you and I.
Man.
Let me tell you. In Jacob's story, we see a reflection of human nature, a reflection of, man, God's loving character and redemption, even though we've sinned and betrayed and lied and cheated, and yet God still restored.
Oh,
and that's essentially what we see with Jacob, that man who went through trials upon trials upon trials, the one who cheated and was cheated, the one that had to work many years, the one that had to scheme and pry his way to the top because he did it his own way.
I mean, today's scammers wouldn't even venture. They wouldn't even get close to him.
Man. But then all throughout in the nitty and gritty of his stories, the details of his stories, we see that Jacob was growing and learning more about God, getting to know God for himself, and that God was with him every step of the way.
Oh,
That God blessed him and said, I'm still with you. I'm here for you.
Man, and I like where you're taking this, and you give us a little scoop before we recorded, man, guys, I want to do Abraham, but then you switch to Jacob. So where in the text were you like, man, I want to do Jacob? What was in the text? You're like, man, this is crazy. This is amazing.
Because so I've been doing. I'm a marriage and family ministry concentration in seminary, right? And so we've been going through like the different ways of how to see the faults that have been passed down from generation to generation. And as I was reading the text, I was saying, okay, we got Abraham, mighty man of God, had his own faults, struggled with sin, struggled with lying, right? Then we got to Isaac, right? Isaac, mighty man of God, was willing to let Abraham, sacrifice him.
Yep.
If need be, right?
choose a wife for him.
That's a wife, right? But but he also struggled with that same sin of lying. Fun fact: Abraham and Isaac told the same king the same lie about their wives. They said, my wife is my sister. And they did it so.
It was half truth.
It was half truth. But
Yep.
They did it because they wanted to save their life, right? Now, when we got to Jacob, I'm not going to get too much into it. But when we got to Jacob, we see that he has that same generational sin of cursing. Not cursing, of lying and cheating.
In fact, at this point, he's a pro.
Literally.
If I'm to put it in today's terms, don't hold it.
Yeah.
No, but literally, man.
Yeah.
And so when I got to Jacob, I was like, man, his whole story wasn't just his story. His whole story was a story that had continued down the line, generation to generation to generation.
Yeah.
And now at his story was where God was starting to fulfill that promise that he had already promised to Abraham long ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like,
Yep.
Jacob's the one, man.
Yeah. All right.
Jacob's the one.
Yeah.
Okay. Take us through it.
Yes, sir. All right. So
What did you read? Share with us.
let's open up our Bibles, man.
Ooh.
Genesis 25. Genesis chapter 25, man. Verses 21 through 23. It's 3 verses. We got 3 people. Hey, man, that's a trinity right there. Let's read it. One verse per person.
Genesis 25.
Yes, Genesis 25, verses 21 through 23.
Already.
All right, you want to start left or right?
I could go. Verse 21.
Go ahead.
In his B version, it says, Isaac prayed to the Lord on behalf of his wife because she was barren. And the Lord answered him, and Rebekah, his wife, conceived.
Mm-hmm. The babies jostled each other within her, and she said, "Why is this happening to me?" So she went to inquire to the Lord.
23. And the Lord said to her, 2 nations are in your womb. 2 peoples shall be separated from your body. 1 people shall be stronger than the other, and the older shall serve the younger.
So, right from the jump, we see there's a struggle in Rebecca.
Yep.
She says, "What is going on?" Like, if you're a woman and you're pregnant, you already got enough problems to worry with.
Especially after the birth, and if you had to go through a C-section or something, you're already on anesthesia or something. You don't want to hear this.
And so she's got all this already, pregnancy things she's going through. And on top of that, we got 2 babies wrestling in here.
Yep.
I don't know if we definitely don't
That's
know what
mental.
that feels like.
Nah, sorry, that's mental. Like
The 2 people.
2 people fighting in my womb
Look, have you ever tried to get in between 2 people fighting in front of you?
to be in someone's.
To
Okay.
be, all right. So we're understanding a little bit more.
Why are you taking us here, bro?
Because it's serious. But yeah, so she's feeling all this jostling and whatnot. She's like, "What is going on, Lord?"
Yeah.
And God says this is 2 nations that are being formed in you right now.
Yeah.
Imagine 2 nations being formed in somebody.
Yeah.
When they're born, Jacob comes out. He's a smooth-skinned brother, a man of the flock, right? Esau, on the other hand, is a hairy brother. He's a man of hunting and
He has
going
the
out.
skill.
He's got the skill. He give him a bow.
Yeah.
Oh, he'll make it work.
Yeah.
All right. He will make it work. Now, what I want to do is move forward into the story. Jacob's name means deceiver, one that backstabs. All right. And we see that when he is born, he comes out holding the heel of his brother Esau.
Yep.
Now, we're going to address this later, but I want to tell you guys right now, Jacob is already on some foolishness.
He's like, hold up, Esau, hold up.
He couldn't even let his brother have his own birth. All right. So, fast forward, right?
Yeah.
Jacob is cooking some food. Jacob is a good chef. He's a good cook.
He doesn't disappoint.
Man, every meal's a hit, right? Cooking up that lentil stew with some nice I think it was the Bible says some stew.
Some stew.
But we can imagine
Yeah,
a little, some lamb.
Maybe if we call
some-
Chef Ramsay,
Some
he
goat,
probably
some curry goat, and
he probably might help us figure it out.
Right. But as Jacob is cooking, Esau comes in.
Ooh.
Esau's been hunting and gathering and working hard. He's famished, all right? He ain't eat all day.
Yep.
He got no juice in him.
No juice. He comes in, and he smells this good aroma. He's like, that smells heavenly.
Yeah.
It's like you don't even have to smell it. It just
Right. It just hit him.
That'll do it.
Right. And so he turns to Jacob. He's like, Jacob, let me get some of that food.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get some of that food because I am about to die.
You gotta bless me.
Bless me. Now, Jacob, he turns to Esau. He's like, I know exactly what I could do. You seem like you on the edge.
Yeah.
Jacob turns into a negotiator. Oof. Now, I'm not really good with negotiating, all right? But Jacob says, Esau, you want some of this food? You're going to have to sell me your birthright. Now, let's remember, Jacob is the twin brother of Esau.
Right.
These are brothers.
Right.
His brother came in saying, I'm about to die.
Right.
Please let me get some food.
Mm-hmm.
Jacob turns it into a situation to negotiate.
Yeah.
That's
her
a cold
birthright.
move.
That's a cold brother.
Yeah.
What?
I'm sorry. That's a
Yeah.
cold move.
Yeah.
Man said, what that got to do with me?
Mm-hmm.
He said, I need that birthright. Yeah. And Esau's like, what good is the birthright to me if I'm dead?
Right.
But Esau ends up selling his birthright. And I believe Ellen White actually talked about it. She was saying that Esau in his time of desire for food, he put his desire for food over and importance over the birthright.
Yeah.
In the moment I'm dying, I'm sorry. I'm human.
Oh man.
I'm human. No.
I understand.
I'm
though.
human. I'm dying.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, I've had those days. I've had those days where I've been hit with that hunger, and I've had some strange struggle foods.
Yeah.
You know, those struggle meals.
College life.
Man.
Undergrad.
But to sell your blessing.
Yeah. That's the crazy part.
Your firstborn blessing.
Yeah.
And then actually in the Bible, verse 34, it says, Then Jacob gave Esau some bread and some lentil stew. He ate and drank and then got up and left. So Esau despised his birthright over a meal.
Yeah.
He gave his birthright away.
Yeah. And what's interesting is like he despised it as soon as he gave it up, right?
Yeah.
And I think the thing that's like interesting is that at the moment his birthright was, I guess he didn't.
It was secondary.
Secondary,
It
like he
was.
took it for granted, right? At this very moment, what's priority number one is for me to eat, right? So my birthright is like way over there. I don't care about my birthright, so you can have it. But as soon as he gave it up, he despised his birthright. That's something I'm trying to reconcile.
And it pushes me to ask the question, even though I said earlier that I'm dying. How bad was it?
Man, it had to be for him to have gotten to that point. What I envision in my head is this man, he has to have been hunting like either all day or all night.
Yeah.
Like he hasn't eaten or drank anything.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple days.
Yeah.
Even. And so when he comes in and he's like, man, this is whatever you got cooking.
Yeah.
This is
I
what
need it. Yeah.
I need it now.
Yeah.
And I also want to relate that to how sometimes we can end up despising or like putting God's blessings that he has for us as secondary over what what we want as instant gratification in the moment.
Yeah.
Right? So God might say, Anthony, I want you to be single for the next 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
God
Right?
help us. Yep.
And, I'm like, man, well, God, I want to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
Right? But the blessing that God would have for me after those 3 years
Yes.
would be greater than what I would find
In a
stumbling
relationship,
around
Yeah.
within those 3 years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to remember that God's blessing for us and God's words and commands for us are always stemming from a place of love
Yeah.
Mm.
and what's best for us. We're talking about the God that knows the number of hairs on our head.
Right.
Yeah.
And if he says that I have something for you, if he says do this, then we have to believe and have faith that he's saying this because it's for our good and for his glory.
Mm-hmm.
But Esau didn't see that.
Yeah. And I think also, like, as people, we kind of like take for granted what we have. Like, for example, it's like the thing that we possess, we don't take care as much as how we would take care of other belongings of other people. I don't know if you guys have went to that. Like, for example, let's say I'm borrowing a gaming console for my brother, right? I'm gonna take care of it. I'm gonna make sure I don't break it or anything like that. But if I possess my own gaming console, I'm like throw it across the room, like I don't really care about it, right? Because it's mine. I think there's that element with Esau where the thing that he possessed, he didn't really care too much about it until he gave it up, and then he was like, "What did I just do?" Then he despised it. So I think for us, we need to have this mindset of like we need to take care of what we possess, because once we let it go, then we're actually going to understand what we have had great value. So
Yeah, you never know what you have until you lost it.
yeah.
So we've already discussed the foolishness of Esau giving
Right.
up his birthright. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room. The big guy himself, Jacob. Now you have the birthright. You're quote unquote the oldest, whatever he wants to call himself.
Now, from that story, now we fast forward to Genesis chapter 27,
Yeah.
right? We see Isaac is on his deathbed. Isaac is like, he tells his son Esau, go and fetch me, some my favorite food, basically. Prepare it for me. I want to give you the blessing. Rebecca, Isaac's wife, hears this and tells her son Jacob, he says, go unto your father, disguise yourself as Esau, wear his clothes, and I will prepare the meal that Isaac is expecting Esau to bring.
Yeah.
Now, Jacob could have been like, no, that's not right. Why? I already have the birthright.
Right.
I wronged him the first time.
Right.
Yeah.
But instead, Jacob's more worried about being found out by Isaac and being cursed.
Rightfully so.
Well, and also if you're the mama's boy, sometimes it's hard for you to say no to mama.
Yeah,
This is
There's
true.
that too. There's that too.
But at the same time, he should have stood up for what was right.
Yeah.
But he
Knowing the
didn't do
history.
that. Nah, well, so Jacob goes in unto his father, his dying father, and he deceives his father, and he gets the blessing. And now, scarcely as soon as he left,
Yeah.
Esau comes in, and Esau already done went hunting, done made all the food, done sweated and
tired again.
Yeah, he's dead tired. He brings the food to his dying father, and his father says, "Who are you? What you mean? Who am I?
Yeah.
You told me to go get the food."
Yeah.
Yeah.
He says, "Didn't you just bring me the food? Didn't I just bless you?"
Someone beat you to it.
Oh man,
Crazy.
That's like having some food in the fridge, and you come home and the food's gone. Somebody done already ate it.
D, don't do that.
But that's funny. But Esau is he's livid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's so upset, and actually he says, "Father, isn't there a blessing for me too?" Find the verse for you guys, but here it is. Yeah. Genesis 27, verse 38
Yep.
and 39. All right. He said, Esau said to his father, "Do you only have one blessing, my father? Bless me too, my father." Then Esau wept aloud. And his father Isaac answered him, "Your dwelling will be away from the earth's richness, away from the dew of heaven above. You will live by the sword, and you will serve your brother. But when you grow restless, you will throw his yoke from off your neck." Now, this is important because later on, this will come to pass. So let's fast forward. Esau is livid. Esau is like, okay, once my dad dies, I'm gonna kill Jacob. Rebecca hears this, his mother, and says, "All right, Jacob, you need to go.
You gotta go. Like,
You need to go ASAP.
there's no negotiation.
No negotiation."
You gotta
She
go.
sends him to her brother's family, Laban.
Mm-hmm.
And so Jacob is now on the run from his brother. He goes to a place and lays down to rest on his way to Laban's house. And then God meets him in a dream. And we know it as Jacob's ladder. But what I was interested in this story
Okay.
of Jacob was when he's laid down and he had the dream and he woke back up. He was like, man, here I was, and yet I didn't know that God was in this place. And that's why he named the place Bethel, meaning house of God.
Yeah.
And there's many times where I feel like as Christians we get to a place of a place where God has set us up in, and not realize that God has been there every step of the way with us. We think we've gotten there by ourselves. We think that we've gotten there because of our talents and gifts.
I mean, our tricks and
our teams,
everything. It all works.
Right.
So, it does.
Not realizing that God was there the entire time. Not acknowledging, giving him praise that God has brought us here and is continuing to bring us over our trials. But let's move forward.